family, my name is Pratik Kale. I am India's first marketing psychology strategist, a self-made digital marketer and founder of Psychogyi and 1 Million Women podcast. So, welcome to the episode number 4, and this is one of my favorite again, and because it is my field, okay, and we have one of the top sales and negotiation trainer and speaker who has business in 9 countries, okay, 20 plus years experience, business in 9 countries, and has done 2000 plus trainings in sales, core sales and marketing, right? Yeah, you're gonna learn a lot about how to sell your own product, yes, right? So obviously we're gonna learn a lot about his journey, about his struggle, about his negative path, again about his successful stories. So yeah, it's a whole full package for you all today, right? I hope you guys will love this video. Please watch it till the end, okay? Because मैं हमेशा ending में best part डालता हूँ. So do watch. So yes, today we have one of my favorite and special guests, Mihir. I call him as a big brother, especially because we are from the same field. Okay. Hi Mihir, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic and rocking. Thank you very much for inviting me for this particular podcast. This is my first ever podcast, so this is going to be very special for me as well. Thank you very much for that.
Most welcome. And again, thank you so much for spending your precious time and giving your valuable time to this 1 Million Women podcast. I welcome you on behalf of our audience and Psychogyi and 1 Million Women podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I just want to start with a basic question. People would like to know about you, who you are.
Yeah. So I think that's one question which you face in job interviews most of the time, right? Tell me something about yourself or who you are. And I think we have stereotyped the answer. We always talk about our professional accomplishments. We always talk about our achievements. I think we always try to sell ourselves, sell our best selves. But today, I'm going to be very, very open and very transparent with you. Who am I? I think I am a person who's a seeker of knowledge, because I believe that the universe has got infinite knowledge to offer. There are so many wonderful people out there to meet, to learn from. When we are born, I think we are born with a purpose, and the purpose is not just to help others or to make people get evolved, but it is also in that journey we get evolved. So who am I? I'm a seeker. I'm a seeker of knowledge.
Awesome. Amazing. So on a professional way, as you said that, as we had a discussion before the interview about your trainings, you are into sales, core sales background, right? So I want to know what is sales for you, because right now, many of the people are into sales and marketing, but the actual sales happens very rarely. Even you know that, right? So what is sales for you and how do you define sale?
Right. So I think right from the time we were kids, we have been into sales and negotiation, right? If you notice, even as kids, when we used to cry because we were hungry, we were not able to speak any language, but we were hungry and we used to cry. And I think that also is about sales. We crying for food. Today in the modern professional world, there are so many salespeople who do not have adequate sales skills, and they beg for a sale to the customer. Right. They would say that please buy, please buy, please buy. Isn't that so much like a kid who's hungry and wants food? Right? When we started kind of growing up, our parents also were a very important. They played a very important role in our learning. So parents used to say, Mihir, if you get in the top 3, I will give you a cycle. Okay? Or they would say that, okay, if you get to number 1 position, then you will get some game or whatever it is. And that's how we also kind of started learning, saying that if I do this, I will get this. Today, when you look at sales is also similar. Sales is like you are giving something and you want something in return. And there is a value exchange which happens. So there is a value proposition. What I also feel is that in today's world, as you rightly mentioned, that most of the salespeople, they don't actually sell. they try to push, and it is not their fault because our education system, it does not support us learning about sales or us learning about negotiations.
Right.
I believe that uh, I have been into sales for a very long time as well, right in my early stages of my career before I went into the training movement. And the entire mentality of people was that if you are not good at anything, so if you can't be an engineer, if you can't be a doctor, if you can't be a pilot or whatever it is, you have no other option, but you get into sales because that is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
And then when you get into sales, then they would say that, okay, now you need to lie because salespeople are liars.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of mentality that I also started off with, and I realized that is not entirely true. And you can learn sales skills. You can be very ethical while selling. So I have never sold anything unethically, never ever in my life. And whatever training sessions that I have, I always tell people how to sell ethically and how to have fantastic sales ethically, okay, without even lying once. Okay, no gray lines, no nothing, pure white and black. So yeah.
Amazing. So I would love to learn that, obviously, because even in my sales journey, my managers and my directors, where I was doing some jobs, there I was taught that just to bluff sometimes, just to have that product sold. That's it.
Right.
But yeah, I would love to learn from you. Yeah, I want to ask this question now. This leads to another one that where was that turning point in your life? Okay, where you had to take this decision that let's start your own sales and marketing trainings and leave whatever you are doing right now.
Right. So I think first of all, Pratik, there have been two turning points in my life.
Okay.
The first was you would have noticed this plane. Right? So that is something which was my passion right from the beginning. I was in the military college for 5 years. I wanted to join the Indian Air Force. I did my flying. I got a glider pilot license as well. And my entire focus was that I want to get into the armed forces, and that's about it. I had no other goal in my life. That was the only.
Okay.
I did my graduation. It was only because they wanted me to have physics as a graduation specialization. I took physics, and I cleared that. So I went to SSB 7 times in a row. Fortunately, unfortunately, my name was not called up over there. And during that time, I had already started my corporate journey.
Right.
So I was already into sales and doing all of door-to-door sales I had done, telecalling I had done. I was in the contact centers. Then the 7th interview happened my age limit had crossed. So I knew for sure that now there is no way that I'm going to get into the Indian Air Force. Okay? How much ever I try, that's it. I mean, at least not in this lifetime.
Right.
And I think that was a very big turning point for me. I was in the contact center. My dad said that, Mihir, this is it. Because now your life is finished per se. You can't get into armed forces. And right now, if you see, you are in a call center. Call centers have no future.
True.
And that, I think, was a turning point for me. I told my dad, this is the place where I start building my career. And this is where I began. I think that moment was a very big turning point in my career. And I said, I'm career oriented now. Post which then I was into training. It has been almost now 20 years that I've been into training. 20 years since I made that decision.
Okay.
I'm very happy that I made that decision. Super happy rather. And 3 years ago, I was working with organizations. I was heading their training functions. I was very happy performing, making these organizations grow and be successful. But 3 years ago, I came down over here on a vacation. So I was in Dubai, heading training division for DAMAC. And then I came down over here in Mumbai for a vacation. During the vacation, one of my very close friends, her dad was in the hospital.
Okay.
So the doctors said that they wanted some blood donors because there would be blood which would be required for surgery. So she informed me and I said, okay, I'm there. I'm going to come in over there. I'm going to donate blood. I went in, donated blood. Post donation, they usually give some tea and some biscuits.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. But I said, I don't want that. I kept it over there. I did not take the tea and the biscuits. Her brother was with me and I was very engrossed in talking with him. Okay. So I was catching up with him after a very long time and we were talking for almost like 1.5 hours. My friend was not there. She was at home. So in that 1.5 hours, she came to the hospital, and then we again started talking. So the talking continued. It went on for another 2 hours. And then she said, Mihir, you know what? I'm tired of these hospital visits. Let's go out and let's grab a drink. So I said, okay, let's go there. So I took her out. We sat over there. I think it must have been around noon or something that we stepped into that place. From noon onwards, that one drink turned to tens of drinks. And it was in the evening. My sister was, she was working in a hospital. So she's a very well-known physiotherapist.
Okay.
And she specializes in pulmonary rehab. So
Nice.
she was working in Hibuja Hospital that time, and it was nearby. So she said, I'm going to send my car. I'm going to send my driver. You come in over here to the hospital with me. And then from here, we will go together to our home. So I said, great, done. So I went down to the hospital. She came down and she said, Dada, you always wanted to try that chicken Frankie. I said, yes. I said, okay, let's go and have chicken Frankie. I said, okay. So we went to that stall. I ordered my chicken Frankie and she asked me a question. Dada, what do you think we should get for the driver? And I only remember till that time. Post which I blacked out.
Okay.
I blacked out. I remember me opening my eyes and someone asking me a question. Do you know what is your name?
Okay.
After that, I again blacked out. And then I again opened my eyes and I remember my sister feeding me a piece of chocolate.
Okay.
And there were people gathered around. I was seated somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay.
And since my sister was working in that hospital and it was nearby, she took me over there. All the people accompanied me. They did some tests and everything. And then they told me that, Mihir, this is because of dehydration. You have not eaten anything. Okay. You were only drinking since morning after donating blood. So this is because of dehydration that this issue has happened.
Right.
Now, I was not scared at all, honestly. But while on the way back from the hospital, I was discharged immediately, I think about 45 minutes or an hour. But while on the way back, I was introspecting. And I said, from the time I moved out from the hospital till the time I reached that stall, I had to cross roads as well. What if I had blacked out during that time when I was crossing the road and there was traffic? I could be dead.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think that was it. That was the turning point for me. I said, that's it. Now, there are a lot of things that I've been putting off in my life. And this is one thing which I'm not going to do now. So I said, one of the major ambition was to have my own training consultancy. And that's how 24 Karat Training was born.
Okay.
So this was 3 years ago.
Wonderful. And it's a true fact, obviously. If you would have been in middle of the road, that would be maybe this interview can't be possible then.
Absolutely agree with you.
Okay. So I want to ask this thing, when you started your own journey, okay, what all hardships you went through and what support from your friends and family you got? Yeah.
So I think this is one of the most interesting journeys which I have had, right? At least in the initial phases, at least.
Okay.
And they say that the worst days become your greatest testimonials.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to be my story as well.
Okay.
So when I started off, when I took that particular decision, I came down to India. I had nothing. I had responsibilities. I had not planned this out. I had not chalked it out saying that I'm going to go to India. I need this kind of money with me and all of that. I had not done anything of that sort. So I was over here. I had no money. I had nothing, and I had my house to support. I had my family to support. So I had taken the call. I said, let's do it. Let's see.
Right.
So I had enough money to get my company registered on paper. After that, nothing. So I did that. I started being a one-man show. So I did my own websites. So today you would see that there are 3 websites that I have, 4 websites I think. And all the 4 are done by me. Okay. Everything in that website is done by me. Okay. Am I a technical person? No. I'm not a technical person at all. Okay. Do I know anything about website coding or whatever? No, I don't. Okay. How I have done that I know.
Okay.
But I keep on learning and I keep on implementing a lot of things. And this was during that particular point of time. that I knew that I had to do it, and I do not have the funds. So I cannot hire people and get things done. So there was no other option but to do everything yourself. And I was a solopreneur. So marketing, business development, meetings, trainings, content development, you name it, and everything was done by me.
Right.
I think even building the brand part of us was something which was very difficult. My days that time, so I used to have a 20-hour days, which means I used to sleep only for 4 hours.
Okay.
I used to sleep after 12 in the night, and I used to wake up at 4 in the morning. And both the times, the moment at 4 in the morning when I wake up, most people go there and they brush their teeth, okay, or they splash their face with water. For me, it was I get up from the bed and there is a laptop. I open the laptop and I start working. Okay?
Okay.
So my family used to wake up at about 6 or 6:30 in the morning, and that's when I used to get up for tea. So those days were, I think, very, very difficult. Whatever earnings that I used to get that time, all those earnings I used to spend in developing the brand.
Right.
So maybe it was website hosting, maybe it was a bit of digital marketing, or maybe hiring someone or hiring some services, something of that sort. But it was always about that. It was always about brochure designing, visiting cards designing, everything. And I was not able to provide enough for my family. So when I say enough, is till the time I was working in Dubai, and I was always used to heading training divisions. So there was a lot of money which was coming in, and there was a fixed monthly amount which used to go to the family, and it was a very lavish kind of life that they were also living.
Right.
So suddenly that stopped. Okay.
True.
And there was no lavish life. I remember I did not buy anything for myself for 1 complete year. Nothing whatsoever, not even a toothbrush.
Oh my God.
But I made sure that my family would go out. My family would go out for movies, or I would buy something for them. But for me, nothing. A lot of my friends during those times, they came up to me and they said, Mihir, you should leave this particular thought that you have.
Right.
Go back to where you were. You were very successful there. You were earning very, very handsomely over there. So go back. Don't pursue this. So I used to go ahead and I used to defend. I used to say that no, things will work out. Things will work out. Things will work out. So it took time for things to work out.
Right.
And during that time, friends being friends, they are very impatient. They think very highly of you as well. So they started calling up my parents, and they used to say that, Uncle, you tell Mihir. No, he does not listen to me. So you tell Mihir that he should go back and find it.
Okay.
So I remember, I mean, they used to sometimes call up my dad or my mom and say that, okay, is Mihir at home? And my mom used to say, yes, he is at home. Okay, then I will call back later.
Okay.
So when Mihir is not at home, that's when they would call. And I truly respect, I truly appreciate the love that they shared, they had for me. But I told them that, this is something which I'm going to do, no matter what.
Are they in contact right now?
Yes. My friends are in contact.
Okay.
But there were some of these friends, or so-called friends, who were very negative towards my approach, and I distanced myself. So I said, I do not want any kind of negative energy around me.
Right.
I'm going ahead on a mission. This mission is there, and whatever it may take, I'm going to go ahead with it. So I don't want anyone who's there to pull me back.
Okay.
My parents were my biggest strength. They supported me. My dad supported me. My mom supported me. My sister supported me. Some of my very close friends, they supported me a lot. So I, sometimes it is not just about helping. When I say support may not be in terms of monetary or whatever it is. The support can be even a kind word or an encouraging word, saying that, Mihir, don't worry. You know what? These things will pass. You're on the right track. Go ahead. So I had my well-wishers with me. And I think that has made me successful so far. And I continue growing like that.
Okay. So Mihir, what do you suggest to the people who have their best friends, plus they are super negative? So what do you suggest to these people then? Because they're already confused now. कि ये मेरा best friend है and उसका, बात मानू या नहीं मानू. अगर मानू तो, see, because we know that we are on the right track, right? But sometimes our best friends plays an important role in our life. So what is your suggestion for them?
True. I think that eventually it is your life. Eventually it is your journey. People will always have suggestions. They will always look at your life and try to give you suggestions and inputs and everything. But it is based on their perceptions.
True.
It is based on their beliefs. If you have a very strong self belief, then no matter what, you will keep on going.
Okay.
So if you have a best friend who may be a bit negative, I think that it is up to you to convince your best friend and tell them that, you know what, I really appreciate your love for me. However, I'm going to go ahead with it. And if you are my best friend, you support my journey. And that's it.
Lovely.
And I think it needs a bit of that emotional touch.
I got that closing part. Okay. Okay. So, what is your success mantra?
So success mantra, I have two success mantras.
Okay.
It is joint per se, but I have two success mantras. The first is that we as people we get hassled by a lot of things that happen in life. We get hassled by small things, big things. Like today, there are so many people who are hassled with coronavirus and how is life going to be, when is the vaccine going to come, and this and that. There can be bigger things. There can be smaller things as well, saying that how could he say something like this to me, or why did this happen to me? So there are some petty things and there could be some bigger things. Yes, there are challenges. Life is all about ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. My success mantra is very simple. If you can do something about it, do it. If you cannot do something about it, why worry about it? Right? So if there is nothing that can be done about it, let it go. Like today, if vaccine is not coming out, I cannot do anything about it. So why should I stress about it? When it will come, it will come. Till the time, what can I do? And that's about it. Very simple success mantra. So that is one part of it. The second is that always try to give. So always try to give.
Okay.
I remember when I started off with my own training consultancy, 24-karat training. My first ever assignment was not a paid assignment. I went in search for NGOs, non-profit organizations, and I said, if I'm going to start, I want to start with a we have this something which we call it as give good to the world and good will come back.
Right.
So I went with that thought, and I said the first session that I'm going to do is going to be a free session.
Okay.
But a free session done with the entire professionalism that I have. So I did two sessions for Cancer Aid and Research Foundation, which is based in Mumbai. I did a 2 full-day session, and for that 2 full-day session, I did 3 days of training need identification and analysis, going to their office and speaking to every single one of them, then coming back, developing the content, and then delivering the session. So it was actually 5 days of my time which I invested, and I did not even charge one single rupee.
Okay, lovely.
So I think that you always give good, and
so that is the way you give to the audience, right?
Yeah, give to the society, give to the world. Sometimes a random act of kindness is something which can make you feel good as well.
Okay, lovely. So as I can see that you are very frank and very energetic person, and you are into sales and marketing core. And but what about your teenager part? Like when you were a teenager, around like 15 to 22, I can say. Okay, how was your nature? And how was your nature, and what all things you did, crazy things and funny moments that now you remember and you get surprised, like, oh my god, मैं तो ऐसा था, अभी ऐसा बन गया हूँ.
True. I do have, and this is one of the stories which very few people are aware of. But I remember that I was in a military college. When you are in a military college for 5 years, there is certain element of ethics and discipline and punctuality that is kind of like imbibed.
Right.
You have a bigger sense of responsibility, because at that age, when you are talking about serving your nation, you're looking at bigger things. You're not looking at these smaller things.
Right.
So I was into that, and I was into a contact center. And I remember that I was doing a very good job in selling credit cards over the phone.
Okay.
Management, they realized it that Mihir is selling 100% ethically, okay? And others were not. So they said, Mihir, a new batch of people is coming up. I want you to go ahead and train those people. I'll give you 3 days. You train them on how to use it. So I said, okay, no problem, done. Now, I was not a trainer officially, but I was given this training assignment. And this was my first ever training batch. So I remember that I used to stay back in the office after my shift. My shift was for 9 hours. And after those 9 hours, I used to sit back in the office for another 9 hours and do the work, because no one taught me content development. No one taught me how to research. No one taught me how to build materials. I did everything that time.
Okay.
And I was very happy doing it. So I did everything. After about 5 days, my first batch started. So this first batch also I was doing after completing my 9-hour shift. Okay. But I was still energetic. I was still excited. So energy has always been my plus point.
Okay.
And then, so my first batch happened. There were 7 people in that first batch. 3 days of training. After the third day, my client had told me just one thing. Here, on the third day, they should pass the exam, and the passing percentage is 60%. I said, okay, 60% is easy. Right? After 3 days, I gave them the test. Every single one of them failed.
Oh.
And I was so upset. I remember me talking about these things. I was very angry, I was upset, and I was very vocal about it. There were some nice words which I also shared over there, which I won't be able to share it on the podcast. Yeah. And then I slammed the door of the conference room and I walked out without even telling them what's next. I think patience was not my virtue that time.
Right.
And today, all those people who are around me, they know me for my patience.
Oh my God. Okay.
So that has been one of the extreme drastic transformations that I've seen in myself. Like today, nothing upsets me. If this happens, if that happens, anything happens, nothing upsets me. I'm very cool. I'm very calm. I'm very composed. If people don't behave bad, people don't behave the way I would want them to, it is okay, because I say that this is your life. This is the way you see life, and you are behaving because of your experiences. Maybe there is yet to learn for you.
Yeah.
And I accept it. So instead of judging, the moment you start accepting, things get better, I guess. So,
True.
yeah.
Awesome.
So my camera, I think, stopped in between, so there would be some kind of footage which would be gone.
Yeah, no worries. So, as you are into sales, I want to ask, what all things have you sold till now?
Oh, wow. This is very interesting. So, I remember I started selling when I was in the 6th standard. And I used to sell stickers.
Okay.
So at that time, this Fido Dido was one of the icon which was there for 7-Up cold drink brand. And to sell you or to bring that Fido Dido to life, they had introduced fluorescent stickers or glow in the dark stickers.
Yeah.
That was very new in the market. It was a novelty. So I remember me purchasing that particular sticker, and people started asking me, where did you get it? Where did you get it? Because it was not available everywhere. And I saw that as an opportunity. I said, wow, I can actually sell these stickers. Okay.
Right.
I was a hardcore gamer, and I used to love playing games. So these games, we had these gaming centers, and you had to put 1 rupee coin, and you could play for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
And my parents would never give me money. So I thought this was a great opportunity for me to earn that money and to play games, do what I like. So I started selling stickers first, and then I started spending a lot of time in this game parlor. I remember sometimes bunking school and playing these games. My mother still does not know about it.
Okay.
So yeah, I've done that as well. And then I realized that I could actually sell other things as well. So I started selling fancy covers, book covers. Then I went on to selling neckties for senior students who were in the 10th standard.
Okay.
Then I realized that when I was selling all of these, I used to also attend tuition classes where people or children from different schools used to come in. So through their introduction, I used to go and visit different schools and sell those neckties to their students.
Okay.
And I started earning a lot of money.
Okay.
Then I started trading in stamps, postage stamps from different countries. I developed that as a hobby first, and then I started selling those stamps too. Some of those stamps I traded for coins. And then I had a stamp collection, then I had a coin collection, then I started selling those as well. Then I invested in books, and I got books which I used to love to read. And then I started selling books.
Okay.
Then I started selling keychains. One of my friend's father, he had a business of keychains and these nutcrackers, those beetle nutcrackers. So I started selling that. And I think the journey has been like that. So I've been selling lot of things. In college, I sold washing powders and then water purifiers.
Okay.
And, I mean, there are so many.
Awesome. So what was the hardest thing to sell among all of them? Which was the hard one?
I think one of the hardest things which I have sold so far is car warranty.
Oh.
So this is, I was selling these car warranties to people who were in US. Most of those people, they're very fascinated with cars and they care about cars. I was 21 or 22 years of age. In my entire family, we never owned a car. None of my family members owned a car.
Mm-hmm.
I had no knowledge about cars.
Okay.
And there I was selling them car warranties, talking about the products or talking about the parts which are there in the car, which are covered and which are not covered. Some of those parts, I don't even know how to spell those parts or pronounce those parts, but I was selling that.
Okay.
Imagine receiving a call from an unknown person or a stranger who tells you that your newly purchased car is only with a manufacturing warranty, but there are certain parts which are not covered. For this, you require an extended warranty. I'm here to give you that extended warranty. Okay? You have never heard of my company's name. You have never heard of me. You have never seen any advertisement of the company. And I tell you that this offer is only valid or only good for this particular phone call. You have to take it. If you say that you will call me back, I will say sorry. It has to be on this phone call. That time they did not have internet to go ahead and research about the company or whatever. So it was very difficult to establish that trust. And to complete that sale, they had to give me their social security number. They had to give me their credit card number, and they had to give me the CVV number, which is there on the back of their card.
Yeah.
Okay. And I used to charge them on that same phone call. The amount was $762 minimum.
Oh my God. Okay.
It was extremely difficult to go ahead with that sale. And I think I was very successful in selling those as well. So because of my success, I trained the team over there. The new people came in, I trained them. And then the client decided to go to Mauritius and set up another call center over there in Mauritius. Mm-hmm. And he said, I want Mihir. So Mihir should come to Mauritius and Mihir should recruit those people. He should train those people and do things. Have a Land Rover, have a driver, have all the money for the expenses being provided for, get a kayak, okay? and you live a life which is like very few people get to live that kind of life. So I was very happy with that. Awesome. I think that was the hardest thing which I sold, and that earned me my career as well.
Right. Amazing. Okay. So sorry. So as this is a 1 million woman podcast, I would like to ask you this question that who is the lucky woman in your life who has played the important role in your life?
Right. So I think I'm blessed to have my mother as my support system.
Okay.
I remember the days when I was like growing up, I was still a kid, and I remember my dad. He used to work in Mahindra & Mahindra, but he was a blue-collared staff.
Okay.
Through his entire life, so he just right from the time he took that job till the time he retired, he was only working in Mahindra and Mahindra, only working in maintenance department, only working as a blue collar staff.
Okay.
Obviously, I learned a lot from him, and he did teach me some amazing things, because of which I am who I am. But during those times, there were challenges which my dad also faced. A lot of challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Saving up for the house. We got our own house that point of time. And sometimes there was a shortage of money. So I remember my mom, she used to take care of me. She used to take care of my sister. She used to take care of my dad. She used to take care of the entire household. And she also used to do stitching of clothes. She used to conduct some baking classes. She used to conduct some knitting classes. She was never idle. And she always had a smile. Always had a smile. She said, no problem. No, this is the situation that we are in. What is the way out? What can be done about it? So she never gave up. She never gave up on us. She never gave up on the family. She never gave up on these situations. She said, I'm going to fight. And she always has that nice aura around her. So she has been a great support system for me as well. And whenever I face any kind of challenging situations or whatever it is, so in my earlier stages of life, I used to feel that pressure sometimes. But I always used to look at my mom, and I said that my mom has gone through so many hardships, and she's still smiling, and she's still going ahead with life. I'm sure I have a better life than what she went through. And I think that she played a very important part in my life. She still does.
Lovely, lovely. So by this your journey, what is that one message to all the women from your side? Because right now most of the women they are planning to go into the entrepreneurship zone, but they don't have a right path, right? So what do you suggest, or what do you tell them, that what is your message to them, that about the entrepreneurship or startup journey they want to start?
Right. I think first of all, women are more superior to men. And this is my firm belief. Women are more superior to men because the way that they handle things, the way they are compassionate about things, the way they see things. And there are some natural instincts or some natural learnings, which are DNA based learnings, which are already there.
Right.
And they can, if they are able to manage so many things, managing entrepreneurship is not going to be a difficult task for them as well. Yes, it will be challenging because of the time that the role of time that they have to invest in that entrepreneurship journey. Some of the women that I know, they feel that they cannot do this because they don't know this, or because they don't know this, or what will happen, and they kind of overthink sometimes. My message to all the wonderful women over there is that you have your self-belief. If you want to do something, this is only one life that you have. This is a once in a lifetime offer for yourself to follow your heart, to follow your dreams. You make that decision, everything else is figure outable. You can figure out. Okay, once you take that step, everything is figure outable. So, I always do this, that whenever there are people over there and who even attend my sessions, so I tell them that any point of life, you face any kind of challenges where you feel that even I am able to support, or if I can give you any kind of inputs, please do not hesitate. I'm just a message away. True. So I always say, I'm just a message away. I do not charge anything for the guidance or whatever it is. Because I value that if I had any challenges, I could reach out to people. I had some wonderful friends that I could reach out to, and they helped me. So it is my duty that I should also give back. So at any point of time, there's all these wonderful women who have a dream that you want to start something in life.
Right.
But stuck. Okay. You can always approach me. I would at least guide you. If I'm not able to help you in the literal sense, I will guide you to who can.
Sure.
If you're trying to figure out certain things, I'm definite that I will be able to at least guide you on how to get things done. I have been through that journey because I started my own venture with zero capital and without knowing anything in business part of it. If I can do it, so can you.
Amazing. So can you tell me, from zero you went till what amount right now?
So I would not say the amount per se, but I think I'm blessed so far. Uh, so yeah, the
Okay.
journey still continues. I have much bigger dreams and much
Okay.
bigger aspirations. Uh,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to start off with an NGO
Okay.
another couple of years time, and this NGO will be into training and development. This NGO will not take money from anybody.
Awesome.
So I would like to train those people on skills which can take their life on a much higher platform. And I will only take those students who are financially not capable.
Okay.
I do not want money from the government. I do not want money from the political parties or anybody.
Hmm.
This is going to be my own venture, and I would run it the way I would want. So that's something which is my dream. And once that happens, then things are wonderful.
Wonderful. So yes, Mihir, as you said that your business is into multiple countries, right? So what do you think, according to the business world, India lacks in what?
So honestly, if you ask me, the people that I have encountered, they don't think that we lack in anything. It is just the matter of finding opportunities and breaking your self-belief.
Okay.
In fact, I remember that when in one of the sessions which I had conducted a couple of years ago, and I was in a different country. I think I was in Kenya. And in Kenya, one of the gentlemen, he came up to me, a participant, and he said, so he started talking about good things about me.
Okay.
And he said, Mihir comes from India. And everyone started clapping. And I was like, why are they clapping? I mean, okay, I'm from India. Why are they clapping?
Yeah.
So I asked him that, you know, uh, why are you clapping? I mean, what is the reason for it?
Hmm.
He said, you are from India. It just means that you are from the second largest populated country in the world.
Okay.
And you have achieved so much and you have come over here to train such kind of. So I was training one of the biggest telecom companies in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
He said that if our organization, which is so huge, has chosen you to come in and deliver such kind of sessions,
Hmm.
and imagine you coming from the second most populated country in the entire world, which means that you are something who's really special.
Mm-hmm.
And I had not thought about it in that sense till that time. So I think that Indians have a lot of things, and it is just probably that we need to go ahead and explore and reach out,
True.
and that's about it.
Okay. But where is that? There is a mindset block between all the Indians that they're not taking that one step. What would you suggest for them?
So, and it is not just about Indians, honestly, brother.
Okay.
It is about people. It is about people. We tend to live in a comfort zone,
Yeah. Right.
and especially if you look at from the Indian perspective of it, our culture, our traditions, they dominate our thinking. So I think about just a couple of days ago, I was having this discussion with my mom, and I was telling her that we as kids, we are born and we are brought up saying that get yourself educated, get into a good organization,
Right.
grow in that organization, build a house, get married, have kids, own a car, and then travel somewhere for vacations. And that is life.
Yeah.
And that is life. And I believe that kids should not be what or be made to think in those terms. Because that is not an entrepreneur's mindset. That is not an entrepreneur's mindset. We are capable of doing a lot of things, provided we take that extra step and that we remove that kind of conditioning from our mind.
Hmm.
Today, I think a lot of these millennials, we can learn a lot from millennials. A lot of these millennials, they don't have good education, they don't have experience, but they have a risk-taking ability.
Yeah.
Without having anything, they can still go ahead and think of a brilliant idea. They could gather people around them to build a website, to build the app, get into the technical part of it, even do the funding part of it, get venture capitalists into it, interested, and grow that organization exponentially. I think we have a lot to learn from those people who are going ahead with these kind of approaches as well. And this should be a part of upbringing. We as kids, I'm sure Pratik, you must have also heard this. Money does not grow on trees.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We as kids, we have been conditioned that way.
Yeah.
But why not say that? Oh, you want money? Money is there. All you have to do is reach out and take it.
True. Yeah.
If we get into that particular mindset, then things change. So I think in Indians, when you ask me about specifically about the Indians part of it, I believe that this is one of the belief systems which we need to change.
Yeah.
The moment you change that, things will work. Like imagine, how would it be, Pratik, if someone would tell you that you can start off with an organization with zero cost. You can grow to different countries without investing anything. You can have an organization without having people working for you employed. I do all of that right now.
Yeah.
I have business partners in different countries. I do not pay them salaries. There's no salary system. It is association, it is collaboration, and it's a different kind of approach which is there.
Right.
So I think this is one of the major barriers, even for the women who are thinking of the entrepreneurship part of it. And they say that if I want to start something, I will need this, I will need that, I will need that. Everything can be figured out. And everything can be done without even having anything.
True. Right.
We know about some of the success stories like Airbnb, the largest real estate company, does not have a single real estate of their own per se. Right? Yeah. No, Ola cabs. Right? So there are success stories which are like that. There are business models which are like that. And we just need to try and figure out what is that way. So everything is figured out.
Lovely. I agree. I totally agree with that. So as you said that, you had been into like your business has expanded already into 9 countries and you have done 2000 plus trainings till now. That's a huge number, right? So I want to ask this thing right now, which is very important because of COVID-19, and there are many startups and entrepreneurship, youth who is getting into this phase. So what were your worst days of the life? The most bad and worst days of your life. And when you thought that, no, I can't do anything now, I'm done for the life. Did you thought any time like this?
Are you talking specifically about the COVID phase, or you're talking about overall in life?
Talking about your whole life, yeah.
The whole life, yes, definitely. So, I would be lying if I say that I've never had negative thoughts. I did have negative thoughts. Okay. I think being positive just means that how can you, even if you have these negative thoughts, you entertain them for a while, but after entertaining them for a while, leave them aside because that is not your job.
Right.
So when the 7th attempt for my SSB, I remember that when I was in that interview, it was the last day of the interview. I was very confident that my name will be announced. I was very confident about it.
Right.
So I prepared everything. I had taken some trainings and everything. My interview had gone impeccably well. Everything was perfect. I remember over there the parameters are very different. So there was a group of people who were caught playing cards and gambling during the SSB interviews. So they were our batchmates. When this happened one day before the names were to be announced. And during that announcement, they just said there were 2 candidates who we had shortlisted. But there was an incident which happened and the entire batch is washed out. Okay. And one of my friend, so he actually went ahead to check what names were there. My name was there.
Okay.
So the batch was washed out, and I remember that I was sitting in the bus. My entire luggage was packed, so I was sitting in the bus. And that time I didn't think of it. Like that's it, finish. Because my entire life I was only living living for this one dream that I want to join the Indian Air Force. And I want to get in, join as a pilot, as a fighter pilot. And I think that entire journey from, I don't remember where I was exactly. I think I was in Varanasi maybe, or I think somewhere of that sort. From there to Mumbai.
Okay.
I imagine multiple scenarios where how I can end my life.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, what are the crazy adventures you had till now?
I think life has been an amazing adventure so far for me.
Okay.
I have come close to death 7 times in a row.
Right.
7 times. So, and that today I feel that it just means that I'm destined for something bigger. So I have almost drowned. I have fell off a horse, and there was a horse which was supposed to stamp me. Okay. I've seen that.
Okay.
I almost fell down from a cliff,
Okay.
and it was a very steep cliff. And if you go ahead and if you see that, you know for sure that if you had fallen, you would never be alive. So I've done that.
Okay.
I got stung by sea urchins, poisonous sea urchins.
Oh.
So sea urchins are like porcupines, but then the sea. And the moment if a swimmer is swimming and you come close to it, they have those needles, those poisonous needles, and they will shoot all those poisonous needles.
True.
I remember having 53 of that on my body, poisonous ones.
Okay.
Okay, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Okay. So I guess who was the lucky one? I don't know. Okay. That's great.
I almost had a plane crash. Yes, the glider which I used to fly. So I almost had a plane crash as well.
Okay.
So there have been I had a bicycle, a motorbike accident as well.
Okay.
And once I remember that I was driving a car and there was a truck on the opposite lane. And one of the tire of that truck came off, and it started coming towards my windshield.
Okay.
There have been such kind of instances, and it is just pure reflexes which have helped me to save, and God's grace. So life has been a complete adventure for me. I love my life. I love every single day which passes by, and it just adds a lot of experiences for me that I'm seeking out for.
Awesome. Lovely. So I want to ask you maybe a third last question. Okay. So can you tell more about your business, your services, and your trainings in which a woman can get benefit on, and they should approach towards the trainings as well, and about your book also?
Yeah. So I've been in the training domain for the last 20 years, and God and the universe has been very kind to me. I've conducted sessions which are from customer service to management, personal development, leadership skills, sales, negotiations, name it. And I have also had trained, like CEOs have attended my sessions, and the blue collar staff has also attended my sessions. So if you look at it, I've been like a one-stop solution, vertical, horizontal, everything.
Okay.
And plus conducted sessions in different countries as well, so different sectors, and you get like so much of knowledge instead of being stuck to just one organization or to just one sector. When you have when you know of everything, so I've done telesales, I've done face-to-face sales, door-to-door sales, and all of that kind of experience, I think it just is contributed to my knowledge bank.
Okay.
I realized that I think about 5 or 6 years ago, I realized that people, they identified my niche, and my niche is sales and negotiation.
Okay.
They identified my niche. So I currently have 26 signature workshops per se, but I don't deliver all of these workshops right now. Okay. I'm only focused on selling skills, negotiation skills, key account management, sales, how to lead sales teams. So it is everything now to do with sales negotiation, and that's about it.
Right.
For today's entrepreneurs or all the women who are going to get into this particular journey, I'll share one very important thing, which I also share with a lot of millennials and people who are just starting off in their business. You may have a fantastic idea. You may have a great investment. Okay. You may have a great setup, but no organization can survive without profitable sales. You can have the best of products. Best of products. If you have a monopoly right now, there will always be people who will copy that, and they will also start off with their organizations. We have seen it happening. There cannot be a monopoly for long. The moment there is a monopoly and an organization starts making a profit, there are always people who are on the watch out, and they will say that, oh, someone is making a profit. This is a great business idea. So let me also start off with that. And they also kind of come. And that's how the competition comes up. Today, if you look at, I'm not too sure if you're aware of this, but in Mumbai, you have this MTNL.
Yeah.
When I was a kid and when phones were new, those were those phones.
Yeah, right.
That point of time, when you wanted a phone in your home, you had a waiting list.
Yes.
The waiting list was almost 8 months.
Yes, right.
Months. You had to go to MTNL and say that please do something about it. I want a phone and this and that, and you have to literally beg.
Yeah.
Today you don't have to do anything about it. Today these are the players who will come to you.
Yeah.
MTNL, I mean, it's a great organization. It's a great customer service oriented organization. However, when you look at the market share of it, it has drastically. So monopoly does not stay. Even if you have a great infrastructure, even if you have great investment, backing, everything, you need selling skills. You need negotiation skills. Without that, no organization can sustain. If you have that, you will succeed always. So my insight would be to make sure that whenever you get into this, all your teams, so your sales teams, make sure that they know this. Make sure that they follow this kind of procedure. And this is not taught in your MBAs. Selling are not taught in that. You learn about the theory part of it and case studies part of it, of how the decisions were taken. But what is selling skills and how to develop that is not taught. So I think that is the key to any great organization.
Okay. And about your book, yeah.
So my book is titled as Impossible Sales. It can be interpreted as I am possible sales. Okay. Most of the salespeople, they have this mindset saying, I cannot sell, or these targets are too high. This cannot work. There is so much of competition. There is this, there is that. So this particular book, it challenges that entire mindset and gives opportunities to learn how to sell. So there is a very structured way of selling, which is followed by the top sales professionals of Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies. Okay. They are doing something which is wonderfully well, because of which they are over there and they are performing. Right. So why not learn? So in this particular book, I share all of that. Plus, I have my training. So I have also moved on to the online training format. I will have my video courses out soon as well. Okay. And I have my 3 masterclass events. Okay. Which is branded the same. It is I Am Possible Sales. Okay. Amazing. So we can have a rapid fire round now. Okay. I have some crazy questions for you. Okay. You need to answer in 1 word or 1 sentence to the max. Okay. So what is your favorite movie? Top Gun. Okay. Favorite holiday destination? Goa. Okay. I mean, there is something peaceful over there. Yeah. Describe yourself in 3 words. Positive. Never give up. Okay. That's lovely. What is one of your weird quirks? I'm very, very punctual. Very punctual. Okay. Extra punctual. Yeah. Okay. So, what would you do if you become invisible for a day? I think I would like to observe Tony Robbins and see what he does. And from him.
Awesome. And who is your mentor?
So I had 3 mentors in my life.
Okay.
Is this supposed to be a short answer? Or
Yeah. Short.
I had 3 mentors.
Okay.
And all the 3 of them are really cool. One is from Canada, one is from India, and one is from the UK.
Awesome.
And I'm from the 4th mentor.
Okay. Whom do you love the most in life?
So the most whom I loved was my dog.
Okay.
She's no more with us right now. She
Okay.
passed away 4 years ago. But I think the kind of love which I felt for her, I've never felt for anybody at all.
Okay. So, what is the one thing you would do as soon as the lockdown is released?
Get on the stage. I miss it the most. Been doing it for last 20 years. I miss the stage.
Yeah, right. Okay. I know. I can feel that. I know. Okay. So from this, I'll give you 2 options. Okay. You need to select one which you love. Okay. Biryani or pizza?
Pizza.
Okay. India or abroad?
God.
Okay. Online shopping or offline shopping?
Online shopping.
Okay. Weekdays or weekend?
Actually, if you ask me honestly, I cannot choose over that. I don't sometimes even remember the date of the day.
Yeah.
For me, all okay. But I'll still give weekends because that's where my friends are.
Okay. Online Zoom calls or offline conference meetings?
Offline.
Offline.
Anytime.
Okay. iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone.
Okay, awesome, great. So once again, thank you so much, Mihir, for coming up and spending your precious time. And I want to ask you one last question, which I ask to each and every speaker. As you know that I am on a mission to help 1 million women, and we are just recently started this journey, okay, to inspire and educate and uplift women. So what is your one suggestion or advice for me?
So Pratik, what I would feel that first of all, what you're doing is something which is amazing. If you're going to have so many different podcasts, there is a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
There is a lot of work to be done. Age is on your side right now.
Yeah.
And as you kind of grow up, your body does not support you as much as it would have earlier.
True.
We kind of tend to live in the moment and we say that nothing will happen, but things do happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Energy levels. So right now, if you just imagine, if you can see my energy level right now, I'm 42 right now. Imagine my energy levels when I was 20.
Yeah. Right.
So energy levels do drop. I know for sure that my energy level has dropped, and I'm very happy that I have like so much of reserve energy with me, and because of which I'm still very energetic.
Right.
But for most of the other people, the energy level will drop with the age. I would recommend you put in lot of your efforts right now. Do as much as you can. Breathe, eat, sleep, your dream.
Okay.
And any point of time you require any kind of support from my side, do let me know. I will always be there.
I'm gonna trouble you.
It will not be a trouble.
I hope.
I live my life purpose. My life purpose is to add value to people's life, and you are also having the same kind of life purpose.
Yes.
So when life will do life, so it will never be a trouble.
Thank you so much, mate. Okay. So yeah, that's it from my side, and thank you so much from brand Psychogyi and 1 Million Women podcast, and best wishes to Mihir, my big brother, I must say, from sales and marketing. Okay, and may God bless you with all the happiness and success in life. I am always with you, obviously, and even if you need any kind of help from a small brother, you can, just to call away or message away. You know that. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you very much. Take care and God bless. Stay safe.